Hello besties, welcome back onto this tutorial. We're going to be drafting a weight corporate trouser. Please, if you're not following me, do where to do so. Okay, subscribe. So let's move into our drafting. Okay, right now the first thing to do is to get your starting point. This is our starting point, so get your starting point, your starting line, and mark a straight line. So every of our measurements will be starting inside this line. Okay, so right now the first thing to get is our waist to hip. Okay, our waist to hip is 10. You can use 10 for a size 14, size 12. You can use 10 to get your waist to hip. You can as well use 9 for a size 10, a size 10, size 8. You can use 9, 8. Okay, so but right now my hip is 42, so I'll be making use of 10 inches to get our hip points. So I'll come down from my waist. This is our waist. This starting line now is not our waist, so I'll come down from my waist and get my hip points, which is 10. Which is 10. So I mark 10. So I mark a straight line. This is our hip points. I mark a straight line like this. Let me get a new distance, a new marker. So when you mark a straight line, now we are going to get our crotch length. This is our waist and this is our hip line. So we are going to be getting our crotch line. So how do we get our crotch line? The way you get your crotch line is you divide your hip by 4. When you divide your hip by 4, you add 1.5 inches. Okay, so let's assume your hip is 42. If your hip is 42, 42 divided by 4 will give you 10.5. 10.5 plus 1.5 is going to give you 12. Do you understand how to get your crotch line? You divide your hip by 4, then you add 1.5. Please make sure you write it down so you don't forget. Okay, so now if my hip is divided by 4 plus 1.5, which is going to give me a total of 12 inches, so I'm going to get 12. I will still put my tape like this. Okay, I think I forgot something. When you're taking your measurements, please remove 2 inches up. When you're taking your measurements for trouser, remove your tape. Remove 2 inches up from your tape. This is going to serve as our band. Okay, our band. So right now I'm going to be retaking the measurement. So once you remove the 2 inches up, you can now get to your hip line. So remove 2 inches up from this starting line. Remove 2 inches from this tape. So once you remove the 2 inches, you can now mark and get your hip line. So now I have removed the 2 inches and I'll mark my hip line, which is 10 inches. So this is it. Now we are going to get our crotch line. Remember that we started from afresh. We remove 2 inches. Okay, so we are still going to be removing 2 inches again. Once we remove 2 inches, we're now going to get our crotch length, which is that 12, which is the hip divided by 4 plus 1.5, which is giving us 12. So when you remove your 2 inches up, you can now get to your crotch length. So this last line here is going to serve as our crotch length because here is 12 inches. This place is 12 inches. So I'm going to be using this line as our crotch length. Okay, hope you understood what I just said now. Should I repeat myself? Let me repeat myself. If you want to make a trouser, drafting a trouser, you take your tape, you remove 2 inches from your starting line. You remove it like this, like you remove it outside. When you remove the 2 inches, you can now take in your hip measurements. You cannot take in your hip measurement just like this. So your hip measurement should be 10 or 9. So here is my hip measurements. I have marked 10. So I will still take out the 2 inches up and still get my crotch line measurements, which is 12 inches. So this is the 12 inches here. So let me write them. This is our crotch. This is our crotch and this is our hip line. Okay, this is our hip line. This is hip and this is crotch. So now the next line we are going to get here is our knee. I told you how to measure your waist to knee, right? Put in your tape on your waist and take your waist to knee measurements, but don't let the tape get to your knee. Don't let it get to your knee. At least 2 inches before your knee is okay. So my own measurement, my waist to knee measurement is 19. Okay, my own is 19. So right here I'll be putting in 19. Okay, I put in 19 here. So this is the 19. This is the new measurements. This pattern is for a corporate trouser. When you're making a corporate trouser, that is when you'll be needing these new measurements. But when you're making a free pants, a free trouser that don't need anything, you just have to get your crotch and your hip and you just come down. Okay, that's for this pattern. Now we're going to make use of the new, because we want the trouser to be fitted, not like fitted, but then a corporate standing trouser. Okay, so right now the next thing to get, we're going to come down from this crotch. We're going to come down from our crotch line. We're going to come down with 3 inches from this crotch line with 3 inches. This is to determine our thigh measurements. Come down from this crotch line with 3 inches to determine your thigh measurement. This is to put in your thigh measurements. This is our thigh measurements. Okay, this is our hip, this is our crotch, this is our thigh, this is our new measurements. So right now we have gotten all these measurements. So the next thing to do here is to put in our hip measurements. Divide your hip by 4. Your hip divided by 4. Divided by 4. My own is 10.5. Divide your hip by 4. Then you put it here and put allowance. Put your sewing allowance of 2 inches. Okay? Put your sewing allowance of 2 inches. So my hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches. That will give me 12.5. So I'm still going to put my hip measurements at my hip area, and I will still put it at my crotch area. Okay, look at where I started. I started here. I started at my waist area. So I put in my hip measurement at my waist area, and I will be putting it on my hip area. I'll also put it at my crotch area. So right now we're going to be putting it on our crotch area. 12.5. Hip divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance. 12.5, and I'll also put it at our crotch area. Okay, just like this. Then we're now going to mark a straight line. A straight line for our crotch. Excuse me. So here's my ruler. We're going to mark a straight line. Okay, we marked a straight line. Our waist, our hip, our crotch. So the next thing to get is our crotch extension. Remember, this is our crotch. We're going to extend, like we're going to curve it like this. So the next thing we are going to be doing, after getting our hip line, remember this is our straight hip line. So the next thing we're going to be doing here is to get our crotch extension. Like I said, we are getting our crotch extension. So how do we get our crotch extension? We're going to be curving it. So your hip divided by 16. Divide your round hip by 16. So my hip divided by 16 is 2.5 inches. So I will mark 2.5 inches here. I will mark 2.5 inches. And then connect it. I will then connect it. I will connect it this way. Do you see? So the next thing to do here is check everything we have here. We're going to be checking everything we have here. We have 15 here. So we're going to bring that 15 at this thigh area. Remember, this is our thigh. This is our waist, our hip, our crotch, our thigh, and our knee. So we're going to bring this 15 down here. We're going to put in this 15 measurements down here. Here, just like this. So these 15 measurements, we're going to be dividing this 15 we have here, we're going to be dividing it by 2. So 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So we're going to get the middle point of this. So the midpoint of this is 7.5. Okay, the midpoint of this 15 is 7.5. We're now going to mark a straight line. We're going to mark a straight line this way, a straight line this way, a straight line. So now this is the midpoint of this 7.5. So right here, the next thing we are going to be doing are these two line. We're going to be putting our thigh measurements. Okay, putting our thigh measurements here. Remember, I showed you how to take your thigh measurements. The one part of your lap, the biggest part, that is your thigh measurements. So when you measure one part of your lap, you divide it by 4. So when I divide my own by 4, I'll be having like 5 inches plus half-inch sewing allowance, which is 5.5 inches. So I will then put in 5.5 inches at this side and the other side too. So I'll put in 5.5 inches here. I'll still come to this side and put in 5.5 inches. This is to make our trouser fit at the hip area. So I'll put in 5.5 inches here too. I will not then connect. I'll connect from this line here, from this our crotch, to meet this 5.5. So before we connect to this point, I'll first of all get our waist measurement. So let's do that. Let's get our waist measurements. So remember, this is our hip line. So how we are going to get our waist measurement is this way. Keep your tape like this. Divide your waist by 4. My own is 7.5 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, which is 8.5 inches. So I will then mark my 8.5 inches here. You see, so I will not have to connect to meet my hip line. I'll just connect this way. I'll just connect this way. Then after connecting this, I will now make sure that this line is connected to this point. Okay, this tie line here. Remember, this is our tie that we just put in. So this tie will be connected to here, and this one will be connected to here. Okay, so let's connect it as just like this. So I'm going to blend here to avoid a sharp curve. I'm going to blend it very, very well to avoid a sharp curve. Did you see? So I will as well connect this point to here too. So just like this, I'm going to use my free hand to connect this. Okay, just like this. Did you see? So right now, the next thing to do is to just take this line straight. We are going to be marking this line straight. We're not going to be adding anything on this new measurements. So we're going to be connecting this line straight. That is going to be our full length of the trouser. So let's just mark a straight line to the length of our trouser. Just like this. Just mark a straight line to the length of your trouser. Mark a straight line like this. Come to this part. Mark a straight line as well. Mark a straight line as well. Did you see? So right now we have successfully drafted our front trouser. So the next thing to do here is to cut it off. When we cut it off, we can now use the front pattern and get our back pattern. So let's cut. Please, if there is anything you don't understand here, if there is anything you don't understand on this pattern, please do want to let me know. Okay, do want to let me know. Make sure you watch this video, watch and watch and watch again to be able to understand everything I said. Okay, so let me cut this pattern out. This is how you cut your pattern. This is how you cut. So just watch what I'm doing. We have successfully cutting out this part. So the next thing to do is to cut out this part too. So let's cut this part. So let me keep it this way so you understand what I'm doing. Okay. So we have successfully gotten out. Let me blend my hip very well so that I'm not going to have a sharp curve. You see? So this is our front pattern. So right now we are going to be placing our front pattern on our back. To be able to get our back pattern, we are going to be placing the front on the back, just like this, just like what I'm doing. So you place your front pattern on your back. Okay, please watch carefully the way I'm placing this. Watch carefully. See, I did not place it to the end. Look at where I stopped. I did not place to the end of this. I did not bring my front pattern to here. I stopped here. I gave some inches space. You'll see the reason why I did that. Please do the same on your pattern. So I will use my pin to hold it. I'll use my pin to hold this pattern. I'm holding. I'm going to hold here too. I'm going to be holding here too. So I'll use my pin to hold the pattern so that it's not going to disturb me when drafting. You see, so I have used pin to hold it down. So the next thing to do now is we're going to be getting a straight. You see, this is our crotch here. Look at this line. This line is already here. So we're going to be extending this crotch line. You see this? Don't mind this line, no. Don't look at this line. This one is just a marker that just I just mistakenly touched here. So don't mind this line. So at this our front pattern, we're going to be getting a straight line like this. We're going to be getting a straight line. We're going to be extending our crotch. Extend it like this. Okay, we're going to be extending it like this. Did you see? So we have extended this crotch to here. So like this, we have extended it to here. So the next thing to do now is we are going to be getting our crotch curve. Remember that we curve the front one like this. So we are also going to be curving this back one like this. We're also going to be curving the back one. So how do we get that curve? You divide your hip by 10. Remember the front, we divided our hip by 16. So the back crotch, we're going to be dividing our hip by 10. Okay, so you can divide your hip by 10, or you just go out from here with 3 inches. You go out from here with 3 inches, or you can use the formula of dividing your hip by 10. So after getting it, you just have to connect. But before we connect, we're going to come to this west side. We're going to come here. Let me bring this thing a little close. So we're going to come here, come to this part. We're going to come in here by 1 inch. Come in here by 1 inch. This is the end of our front west here. But we are going to be coming in by, okay, let me mark a straight line so you understand what I'm doing. So we are going to be coming in from here to here with 1 inch. Okay, hope you're seeing my pattern very well. So we're going to be coming in from here to here with 1 inch. So that 1 inch, we're going to be connecting this 1 inch to here, like this. So let me use my free hand and do this. So I'll open up here so I'll be able to connect it like this to meet here. Hope you're seeing what I'm doing. But I'll still explain. So you just see I connected this to this 1 inch here. So our crotch, this is our back crotch. Okay, so when you place in your front crotch, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. You just see. So I connected this line, this from this crotch. I connected it to meet the 1 inch we remove at this up. To meet this 1 inch here, this 1 inch here. So let me pin back our crotch. So after doing that, the next thing to do here is we're going to come up with 1.5 inches. Okay, so come up with 1.5 inches and connect it. Come up with 1.5 inches. So this 1.5 we're going to be slanting. We're going to be slanting like this. So at this side of the waist, remember we have done something at this side. From here we came in by one inch. From this point we came in by 1 inch and connected. We connected here to meet that 1 inch. So this 1 inch that we remove here, we're going to be putting it back here. We're going to be putting that 1 inch back here. So that 1 inch, we're going to be putting it here. We're going to add 1 inch here, just like this, and then we're going to slant. We're going to slant our 1.5, just like this. We're going to be slanting our 1.5, just like this. Okay? Did you see? So we just slanted our 1.5, and we are going to be, and we added one inch here. I don't know if what I'm saying is confusing, but we came in by 1 inch here. We came in by 1 inch here, so we connected this our back crotch to meet this 1 inch. So at this side of the waist, we still come out here. We still come out here with 1 inch. We still come out here with 1 inch like this. So that 1 inch is going to go straight like this. Just see. So we're going to be using 1 inch like this, like this, like this, like this. So you're going to put 1 inch all around, and you're going to connect it just like this. Let me connect so you see what I'm doing. So like this. Did you see? So I'm connecting all around like this. So I'll keep going with 1 inch. Let me bring this up so you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, you can see it now. So I'll keep going around with 1 inch, just like this. I'll keep going around with 1 inch. Go around with 1 inch. With 1 inch. So I'll now mark a line. I'll connect them. Okay. So I'm going to be connecting them just like this. So this is it. So this line is going to go down to your trouser length. Okay, down to your trouser length, just like this. So now you come at this side too. You come to this side. You also come out with 1 inch. Okay, you come out with 1 inch from here. From here, you still go down just like what we did at the other side. 1 inch, please. Okay, so we're connecting on 1 inch, just like this. So look at the way we're going to blend here now. We're going to blend it like this so that it will connect. It will connect this way. Did you see? So this is the pattern for our back trouser. That is all. That is all for our back trouser. I don't know if this is so difficult to understand because you're a beginner and this is your first time, so it might be a bit confusing to you, but trust me, when you watch this video for when you keep watching it for good 3-4 times, you will definitely understand this pattern. I'm here to guide you, make you understand more. Any part that is confusing you, please, if it's a video call, you ask me, you call me. Okay, you can call me on video and I will direct you on what to do. Okay, whenever you are drafting yours and you get confused at any point, please call me on video call and I will direct you on what to do. Okay, please do well to watch this video very, very well. So right now we're going to be cutting out our back pattern. Okay, we're going to be cutting out our back pattern. So let's cut out our back pattern. So just watch the way I'm cutting this, so that when you're cutting yours, you're not going to make a mistake. Okay, when you're cutting yours, you're not going to make a mistake. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like after cutting. Okay,